The years rolled by like soft pages turning in a cherished book. The mansion, once new and glistening, now carried the warmth of time. Family portraits on every wall, laughter echoing from every corner, and the faint scent of roses drifting through open windows. Sarah often stood in the garden early in the morning, a cup of tea in her hand, watching the sunrise spill gold across the sky. Her once raven hair now had strands of silver, glinting like threads of wisdom. She wasn't old, just seasoned by life's chapters, each one teaching her something precious. Zhu was now 17, tall and graceful like her mother, with William's eyes and Sarah's compassion. Jack was 15, curious, brilliant, always tinkering with gadgets and dreaming big. Their world had changed. Technology, business, society. Yet what hadn't changed was the love that bound them. One Saturday morning, Zhu came running into the garden with excitement. "Mama! I got accepted into the International Youth Program in Switzerland." Sarah's eyes lit up. "Oh, Zhu, that's wonderful." She hugged her daughter tightly, her heart swelling with pride and bittersweet emotion. William joined them, smiling. "Looks like the Carter spirit runs strong." Zhu laughed. "I learned from the best, both of you." Sarah looked at her daughter and felt a mix of joy and ache. It was happening, the moment every mother dreams of and dreads. Her child stepping into the world on her own wings. That night, Sarah sat by Zhu's bedside, brushing her hair gently, like she had done when she was little. "Mama," Zhu whispered, "do you think I'll be able to handle it, being away from home?" Sarah smiled softly. "My love, the world may be big, but your heart is bigger. Don't fear distance. It only stretches love, never breaks it." Zhu's eyes glistened. "You always make everything sound possible." "Because it is," Sarah replied, kissing her forehead. "Promise me one thing, Zhu. No matter how high you go, never forget to look back and help someone else rise." "I promise," Zhu said quietly. Meanwhile, Jack had his own dreams. He loved computers and innovation, often spending hours in the study, working on projects that Sarah didn't always understand, but admired deeply. One evening, he came to her with a small prototype in hand, a tablet designed to help children with learning difficulties through interactive storytelling. "Mama, I want to build this into something real," he said eagerly. "Something that helps kids who struggle in school." Sarah looked at him, her eyes filling with tears. "You already are your father's son," she said. "But you're also the best parts of both of us, innovation and compassion." Jack grinned. "Then maybe we'll call it Project Carter Light." William, standing nearby, put a hand on his son's shoulder. "Let's make it happen, son." As her children grew, Sarah found herself stepping into a new phase of life, one of reflection and mentorship. The Carter Foundation now had branches in 15 countries, led by young women Sarah had personally trained. She spent her days traveling between programs, giving speeches, and meeting the girls whose lives had been transformed through education. But no matter where she went, she always came back home to the same garden, the same fountain, the same laughter that made her mansion a home. Her book had gone through multiple editions, taught in universities and leadership seminars. Yet when interviewers asked her about her greatest achievement, she always said the same thing. Raising hearts that know how to love, that's the truest form of success. One autumn evening, the family gathered in the garden for dinner. The air was cool, the sky painted in amber and violet. Lanterns hung from the trees, casting a warm glow over the table. William poured her a cup of tea, smiling softly. "You know," he said, "I used to think the best thing I ever built was my company. But now I know it's this family." Sarah reached across the table and took his hand. "And I used to think dreams were just about goals," she replied. "But now I know dreams are about people." Zhu and Jack looked at their parents, seeing in their eyes a love that had weathered everything: distance, challenges, success, and time. Later that night, after everyone had gone to bed, Sarah walked through the quiet halls of the mansion. The photographs on the walls told the story of her life: her wedding, the children's first steps, foundation inaugurations, book launches, family vacations. Each picture was a memory, a moment of gratitude. She paused before one photo, her younger self standing beside William, her eyes bright with dreams. "Thank you," she whispered to that girl in the photo, "for being brave enough to dream and patient enough to grow." In the following months, Sarah received another honor, a Lifetime Achievement Award for humanitarian service. The event was grand, but when she took the stage, she spoke simply, from her heart. "I've lived in mansions, and I've walked through villages. I've seen wealth, and I've seen want. But I've learned that true legacy isn't measured in stone or gold. It's written in the lives we touch and the love we leave behind." Her words moved the audience to tears, and as she left the stage, she felt at peace, not because she had reached an end, but because she had learned how to live meaningfully through every chapter. Friends, one night, while sitting with William on the balcony, they watched Zoo and Jack laughing together by the fountain. The stars shimmered above, just like the night he had proposed all those years ago. "Do you ever wish we could go back?" William asked softly. Sarah smiled. "No," she said, "because we never lost what mattered. We just grew around it." He took her hand and whispered, "You've made our life extraordinary, Sarah." She leaned her head on his shoulder. "We made it extraordinary, together." The fountain glistened, the garden swayed gently in the night breeze, and their laughter joined the rhythm of the stars. Years later, when their children had grown and started their own journeys, the mansion remained, not as a symbol of wealth, but of love lived fully. Every corner held a story. Every wall echoed with hope. And every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Sarah's legacy of love, strength, and compassion continued to bloom in the hearts she had touched.